Well, welcome everybody to Osage High School. Excited to kick off 2024 with a fun little wrestling meet here tonight. There's going to be three teams here: St. Ansgar, Nashua-Plainfield, and Osage. So on behalf of Saints TV, I'm Al Witt. And Keith, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself? And Travis, I'll let you do that as well.
I'm Keith Levan. I'm helping out tonight. Our second time out, and hopefully it goes well.
Yeah, Travis Charleston here, sometimes better known as Duke on the stream. Yeah, it's 2024, guys, and I tell you what, this year, I mean, it sounds like a made-up year, something like you hear on the Jetsons, whatever. We'd have flying cars and world peace by now. But, hey, we got the second best thing tonight, and that's Saints Wrestling on Saints TV. So, yeah, should be a fun one. We got a loud band in the house, apparently.
We do. Sure. Osage, if you know Osage, they have more than athletics. They have an amazing vocal department, amazing band, and we are witnessing that tonight. So
got a taste of it.
It is awesome. So
yep, sounds good. We'll run through a couple commercials quick, take a break, and we'll see you back here shortly, and we'll do some introductions and talk about what you're going to see tonight. So see you in a minute.
Are you a farmer or an agricultural producer looking for comprehensive risk management? Look no further than Beeland Ag Risk Services. Our experienced team of professionals understands the challenges facing the farming industry and can help you navigate the complex world of crop insurance. With our personalized approach, we can help you find coverage that meets your unique needs and budget. At Beeland Ag Risk Services, we know that unpredictable weather and other factors can impact your crops and livelihood. That's why we offer a range of policies, including revenue protection, yield protection, and more, to help ensure that you're protected when the unexpected happens. So whether you're a small family farm or a large agribusiness, trust Beeland Ag Risk Services to help you protect your crops and your future. Contact us today to learn more. Beeland Ag Risk Services, your partner in crop insurance.
St. Ansgar State Bank has a strong commitment to farmers. We provide the highest level of service with quick turnaround time, competitive interest rates, flexible payment options, and the ability to work with you on any size loan. Our agricultural banking specialists are experienced in farming and understand the important role agriculture credit plays in your operation. Because of our ability to make local credit decisions, we respond quickly to your total agricultural financing needs. St. Ansgar State Bank, helping you meet your financial goals.
At Johnson Oil, we're in business to be partners in your success.
Nah, man, it's not a broadcast. It's a broadcastation.
Pretty soon, he'll be off to college, so he's going to need a way to access his money while he's away from home. Luckily for Thomas, he's opening a new account with FSB, and he just needs his ID to get started. Then, all he has to do is stop by one of our locations, download the mobile app, sign a paper, and we'll do the rest. It's literally that easy. Once you're down at school, you can manage your money anytime, anywhere with our easy-to-use banking app. You can check your balance, transfer funds, pay bills, deposit checks, and more. At FSB, we're not just a bank for farmers, we're a bank for everyone.
Are you a farmer?
And we're back.
Awesome. Well, welcome back, everybody, to Saints TV. I'm Al Witt. Alongside of me is Keith Levan and the one and only Duke. Those of you that know Saints TV, Duke is the technical expert when it comes to setting up some of this stuff, so we're blessed to have him here.
Well, it's more of a fake it till you make it than an expert.
No.
The real brains behind the show, that's the Candle Genius, and he's not with us tonight, so we're kind of roughing it on our own.
That's right.
But hey, I appreciate the compliments there, Al. It's fun to be here, fun to get some Saints wrestling on Saints TV, and should be a good night. We got Osage, obviously they're hosting, and then we got Nashua-Plainfield, and then just the 3 teams tonight, including us.
Right. Initially, and Keith, you can jump in here too. Initially, there was going to be a 4th team. I think Newman was potentially on the schedule, Newman Catholic. But tonight, it's a matchup between St. Ansgar, Osage, and Nashua-Plainfield. And Keith, talk about Osage's program and Nashua's program. We are loaded here tonight for a pretty good duel between these 3 teams.
For sure. Osage comes in tonight rated number 1 in 2A for team standings, so very good. And Nashua comes in 3rd in a 1A. 3rd to 5th, we weren't quite sure,
right?
But very respectable.
Split the difference, call them 4. Right?
Yeah.
There's different polls, and no different than football. I mean, when you looked at the different polls, there's 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 of those across the state of Iowa, and depending on which one you looked at, Nashua is ranked anywhere from 3rd on one poll to 5th on the other. So, needless, it doesn't matter. They're a good team coming in. A lot of good wrestlers back. They had a lot of state qualifiers. Nashua did last year, and they're coming back loaded as well. And Keith, can you kind of share with what's going to happen tonight, who's going to wrestle who, and kind of the agenda for tonight?
Absolutely. It looks like it's going to be a Nashua matchup first, and then the second round will be Osage Nashua, and then the 3rd round will be Osage Ansgar.
Perfect. We do have 2 mats here tonight. We're going to focus only on one mat, which is the varsity mat. So if you're sitting in the Osage and you know the Osage gym, it's going to be the north mat. Is going to be varsity, and the south mat is going to be some JV matches going on during the interim. But we're going to do our best to focus on the varsity squad and do some commentating throughout that whole deal. A lot of questions and guys have been asking too, hey, are you going to still visit and talk and video the Osage Nashua? Absolutely. We are here for Mitchell County and making sure that the top of Iowa Conference is well represented. We're going to continue to, we might not do play-by-play, Keith.
Right. We don't know all those kids. We know some of them, so we'll do the best we can. But yeah, we're here. We're gonna talk about it.
Yep. And
we
if you
wrestling.
got number 1 against number 3, there's going to be some. There's going to be some fun wrestling.
That's going to be an exciting one to watch. That middle one tonight.
Yep.
So stay tuned.
Yeah, we'll just kind of wing it and see how it goes. We're here to have fun tonight. Feels like a beautiful spring day today almost, but January 4th. I don't think we've had weather like this for a long time.
Right. No snow to drive through to get here, and hey, they put us up in a nice little booth up here.
Shout out to Osage and the crew that helped us get set up here. Very accommodating. Very nice. They got a heater on behind us, so they did. It's pretty warm up here. So usually January 4th, you want to be kind of warm, but it's feeling a little toasty.
Yep. We did figure that out, how to turn that off. But Osage did a nice job accommodating us. We're up in a very nice press box and overlooking both of the mats. And so, again, thank you, Osage staff, to saying yes for us to be here for Saints TV, and number 2, being able to broadcast. I think what we talked about, and Keith, I think you talked to the administrator here. They're going to maybe just announce, St. Ansgar and Nashua first. Is that kind of what we're going to be looking at?
That's correct. Yeah, they're going to announce the St. Ansgar Nashua opponents, and then we'll have a break, and then they'll come back, and Osage and Nashua, they'll announce those opponents there, and then they won't announce any on the 3rd one with Osage and St. Ansgar, being they've already been announced. So it looks like they're going to start the program.
We're going to turn it over to the announcer.
now let's meet tonight's wrestlers for the first duel between St. Ansgar and Nashua-Plainfield. At 106 pounds, St. Ansgar is open. And for Nashua-Plainfield, Connor Sullivan. At 113 pounds, St. Ansgar is open. And for Nashua-Plainfield, returning fifth place finisher, currently ranked number 4, Nick Rossi. At 120 pounds, for St. Ansgar, returning state qualifier, Christian Michaels. And for Nashua-Plainfield, returning state champion, currently ranked number 1, Jaden Rickman. At 126 pounds, for the Saints, Trace Houston. For the Huskies, returning state qualifier, Hayden Munn. At 132 pounds, for the Saints, Andrew Hall. And for the Huskies, Luke Swanziger. At 138 pounds, for St. Ansgar, Seth Schatz. And for Nashua-Plainfield, Devin Griffin or Jonathan O'Neill. At 144 pounds, for the Saints, Caleb Laban. And for the Huskies, Devin Blanchard. At 150 pounds, for St. Ansgar, Brody Golf. And for Nashua-Plainfield, Aiden Kellner. At 157 pounds, for the Saints, Zay Shell. And for the Huskies, returning state qualifier, currently ranked number 8, Jackson Terry. At 165 pounds, for the Saints, returning state qualifier, Reagan Witt. For the Huskies, Dylan Blanchard. At 175 pounds, for St. Ansgar, Jevin Gammon. And for the Huskies, Maverick Dietz McDonald. At 190 pounds, for the Saints, Drew Carlson. And for the Huskies, returning state qualifier, currently ranked number 7, Tate White. At 215 pounds, for the Saints, Braden Halverson. And for the Huskies, returning fifth place finisher, currently ranked number 3, Titus Evans.
Don't see him.
At 285 pounds, for the Saints, Aiden Bissett.
This is
And for the
175.
Huskies, Isaac Jones. The Saints are coached by Barry Kittleson and assisted by Dallas Henderson. The Nashua-Plainfield Huskies are coached by head coach Al Cross. The officials for tonight's meeting are Mr. Scott Whitehill and Mr. Bob McLaughlin. And now, ladies and gentlemen, before we commence with tonight's wrestling event, we ask for your collective support in observing a moment of silence. Our thoughts are with everyone affected by the tragedy in Perry, Iowa today. In this solemn pause, let us reflect and send our heartfelt condolences to those who are suffering. Thank you for your understanding and compassion during this difficult time.
All right, I don't know if you could hear all the announcing there, but took a moment of silence before the national anthem to just think about what happened today at the Perry school system. So our thoughts and prayers go to the administration there, the teachers, the students, the families that were affected.
For sure.
Just kind of a unique thing. You think you live in rural Iowa, and yes, it was close to Des Moines, but this shouldn't happen in Iowa. And
Small town.
It hit home.
We don't know all the details about it, but it
shouldn't happen
it's
anywhere.
not good.
Amen. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's talk about what you're seeing in the center of the mat. We have our two captains, Reagan Witt and Christian Michaels, shaking hands with the captains of Nashua-Plainfield. And Keith, what are they doing out there? What are they flipping the coin for, and why are they worried about flipping a coin right now?
Well, it's who's going to kick and who's going to receive, right?
Oh, yeah.
Different sport.
Kick butt and you take the receiving of the the butt kicking. So,
right.
This is going to tell us who gets to send the wrestler out there first. It's not a big deal, but it's kind of a chess match. So if Ansgar won the flip, they'll send the first guy out, and then Nashua will pair up their best wrestler with ours. And sometimes there's some moving around wrestlers, moving them up a little bit to
there is
reach out to some better opponents. Looks like we're going to start up kind of high here.
215, and you're going to say, how come we don't start at the lower weights and end with the higher weights? Before this meet is started, before they weigh in, all the coaches go together and they I'm going to use it as a bingo bag, but they go ahead and reach in the bingo bag and they pick out a weight. And that's where we're going to start the matches tonight. And then the next duel will actually move a weight up. So these wrestlers will end up wrestling last. So it continues to rotate through. And those of you that remember when it was, starting at the 98 pounds, whenever we were 98, you always started, and the pressure was always on the heavyweight. And that's the reason why they changed it up a little bit, is to change the pressure around and to move that accountability to different weights. So
These
tonight
guys
we're at
don't
215.
know.
Yeah, they have no clue.
But we're going to start at 215.
So we have Titus Evans from Nashua-Plainfield.
And Braden Halverson of Ansgar.
Talk about Braden's record and how he comes walking in here, Keith, for St. Ansgar.
Braden is 5-13. He's a sophomore and has also tough and has improved. Hopefully, he'll make some strides and bring on the second half of the season and add to his winning record.
So the individual he's wrestling, Titus Evans, normally is slated to that 175 spot. He's been hurt earlier on. I did find out that he has been hurt, and he is ranked, I think, fourth or fifth in the state right now, and just a good quality wrestler. But he did move up a couple weights here tonight to
215.
To wrestle at 215. But he normally fits that 175 spot.
Yeah, we're looking for him, and he's not on 215, but Al looked down a little farther and found him on 175, a senior. Looks like we got a nosebleed here, and how that works is they have 5 minutes to get the nosebleed to stop, or whatever's bleeding on the body. 5 minutes of blood time. We also have a time for injury. If somebody strains a muscle or hurts himself, other than blood, there's 2 minutes that is kept for injury time. So they're separate. They're not combined. They're separate. 2 minutes for injury, 5 minutes for blood.
So if you look at the bottom left hand of your screen, Duke's got it on there, 4 minutes and 40 seconds. So we used 20 seconds of that time to get that blood stopped, and then that'll continue if it does happen throughout this match.
Yeah. Now it's just to get the blood stopped in the nose usually. Once it's stopped, the time stops, they will spend some time cleaning up the blood after that, but that's not included in the 5 minute blood time.
Right.
It looks like Braden found himself in a tough spot here. It's on his back.
Score is 7-1 with currently a minute left in the first period. Looks like Titus Evans did let him up and working for another takedown. Gets a double leg takedown again. Score is 11-2. Lets him up, so it's 11-3 currently.
We do have JV matches going on at the same time. We're going to focus on the varsity. If there's a gap in the action, we'll talk about the JV matches, but they're going on the South mat tonight.
Okay, so looks like the referee we had another blood issue. Looks like the
plug fell out maybe.
Yep.
Get Barry out there to tape him up.
Those of you that know Barry Kittleson, he's not afraid to treat his athletes like one of his steers at home and stick something up the nose and wrap it around the head. He's been known to do that, but it works. So, score is 15-3, 22 seconds left in the first period. Those of you that follow Nashua-Plainfield football, Titus Evans was, you heard his name a lot. He was an amazing running back. And Duke, you probably were on the sidelines, and he was one of the two main running backs for their squad. So just an all-around good athlete.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe an injury occurred in the latter part of the football season, and that's why he was out for a little while.
Right. So the flip, actually Titus Evans won the toss. He deferred to the other opponent, to St. Ansgar, and chose on her feet. So
15-3, Nashua is leading.
Looks like he went in for a single and debated whether should throw that or not, and made a smart move of just getting out and starting over.
Got 2.
So Titus Evans is working to what we call a technical fall, which is beating your opponent by more than 15 points. And I think after this near fall, he did go to a pin. Keith, talk about the difference between a pin and a technical fall on a team points perspective.
Right, to go for the pin, he's got 16 points now, whereas a technical fall, which would be a 15-point difference, is just 5 points. So 5 to 6. For team scoring, you definitely want to go for the pin.
Right.
Well, they talked about in the pregame, one of the local banks in town is giving $50 tonight for every pin to the school, I think.
Yeah, for the Osage Wrestlers, so the CUSB Bank here in Osage, they're giving $50 back to the Osage Athletic Program for every pin, Duke. So, not to put any pressure on you or your home bank there, but
it's not my bank. But I guess Osage isn't wrestling right now, so I don't think they're giving
correct.
money.
Yeah, I think they did clarify it was for Osage Wrestlers.
You might have to think about that till next year.
There you go.
Yeah.
See if you can have a donation from the hometown bank.
That's right. So who do we have on the mat?
In the cap.
There you go.
Beeson, I believe.
Okay. And what's his record, Keith, coming into this?
Aiden Beeson is 2-15.
Okay.
He's had a lot of matches, learning as the season goes on here, but tough kid. Just has seen some tougher opponents.
The other heavyweight we have is Reese Cruzy, and I know he and Aiden go back and forth on wrestle-offs throughout the week. Coaches give them an opportunity to wrestle each other, and whoever wins gets that varsity spot. So there's a battle in the room every week to see who gets to represent St. Ansgar in varsity on the heavyweight. But so
it's nice that they have kids that are way to wrestle with in the wrestling room too, and to practice with. That sometimes is a challenge to have two heavyweights or two 250-pounders or whatever to wrestle. So it's nice that they both are similarly weighted and can practice with each other.
Right.
And even if during the week you're having to earn that spot, that gives you a little pressure and a little more experience with match pressure. Like, I got to do something on a Tuesday night to earn my spot on a Friday night, Thursday night, or whatever. So
yep. And iron sharpens iron, and that's a perfect example of you work to the level of your competition, and that's a good example there.
But he is young. They both are young. They're sophomores, and it's tough wrestling heavyweights as a
short time here,
young fella.
So we got 2 back. So score should be 6-1 starting the second period. Looks like we won the flip. He deferred. Nashua-Plainfield chose on your feet. So those wrestlers have a choice when they win that flip. You can choose up, down, on your feet, or defer to the third period. So that's the choices that these wrestlers can make if they win the toss.
Nashua just scored 2 points, takedown, so it's 8-1.
working on a cradle. He's trying to fight it off here to make sure that he doesn't get tipped over. And that's a tough spot to be in, fighting off that cradle. The best thing is to lock your opposite leg and just fight like heck and push like heck and break the hands and fight the hands. But Nashua-Plainfield was able to secure a pin and move their team score to 12. So it's 12-0.
A lot easier said than done.
Amen.
Once you get it locked in, you know.
That is so true. So now we're going to go from the heavyweights all the way down to the 106-pounders. And I think, Keith, remind me, I think we're open. Is that correct? St. Ansgar's open?
We are open, unless Griffin could make it down there. I'm not sure if we're
They didn't
move him
announce
down or not.
Griffin in pre
Okay, gotcha.
and intros.
So, yeah, we are open.
So when you have an open spot, you as a team, initially you lose another 6 points. So having an open spot like this and forfeiting, that just quickly goes against your team score, and that kind of hurts real quick.
Looks like we're going to forfeit at 113 also.
All right, so we have a wrestler here from Nick actually was able to get his, looks like a 100th win.
100th win, yeah.
That's nice.
He was number 4, rated number 4 in the state.
So congratulations to him. That's quite an effort to be able to do that. This is going to be one of the matches tonight, guys. This is Christian Michaels against the #1 ranked wrestler, Jaden Rinken. This is going to be fun. Christian went down to weight. Now Christian's normally at 126. Cut some weight and was able to get down to this, and so this will be a fun match to watch.
For sure.
And that's impressive, cutting weight over the holidays, coming back after Christmas break, being lighter than you went into it.
It is.
I know I probably couldn't do that.
I look at food and gain weight.
They do get. Oh, it looks like Christian was in deep on a single.
Still has
No
it.
points yet. But
potentially dangerous.
Yeah.
So that means a limb, whether it's a knee or an elbow, went over the 45-degree angle and got in a dangerous position, and the referee goes ahead and stops the match so somebody doesn't get hurt. But that was a great 20-second scramble, Keith. These guys were shooting and reshooting, and it's pretty neat.
yeah, Christian was in deep on that single, so I thought maybe he might come out on top on that one. He came out aggressive. That leg there, that leg looks
like Christian's got the whizzer in, which is the arm behind his arm, and that's a way to defend that whole fighting that off. You just fight that whizzer and just keep put pressure on it. And there's a near side cradle, and that's tough. Hopefully he can get out of bounds before he nails that. Good job on Christian.
Yep.
Keith, you and I talked about mat positioning last time we were on air, and Christian knew where he was on that circle, and he realized, all right, I got to use this
spot here.
Yes.
Use the replay of that, getting out of bounds.
Yeah.
Good job.
Without looking like you're leaving the match or running away from your problems.
So Christian is one of our captains of our St. Ansgar team, and again, one of our 5 state qualifiers from last year, so has a lot of experience on the mat, so it's fun to watch Christian. Christian is a senior.
Tough kid. His record going into this is 16-3. 16-3, mostly at 126. So he's dropped down to 120 over the holiday season, but most of those, the 16-3, were at 126.
Is Michaels ranked?
He is not. Initially preseason, again, we talked about there's a bunch of different polls to look at it. He was initially potentially, but he is not. Looks like we gave up a 2-point takedown. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Time just ran out. They were short time, and Nashua-Plainfield record. Rinken was able to, wrestler was able to secure a takedown.
Looks like Christian's going to choose down. He got the choice.
A lot of times when wrestlers are wrestling another opponent who is highly ranked, it's a mental thing, and watching Christian come out there and shake hands and be extremely aggressive is pretty neat to watch. And man, you watch this match.
Look at him.
Nice escape.
2.
Nice, gets
Yes,
a 2-point
ties it up.
takedown.
But lets him up for 1. 3-2. Nashua's ahead. This is a battle.
He was able to stay off that mat. If Rankin could have drug his feet and secured Christian's 2 feet and kept it in the circle, that would have been 2 points. But it was great that they continued to move off the mat. Upper body strength that Christian Michaels, as you can just tell, he has that strength ability. But again, wrestling is technique and strength. And shoots in for a fireman. Rankin's able to fight it off.
About a minute left in the second period. 3-2. Nashua's ahead. Rankin's in deep. It's tough. Looks like he got it.
Christian wasn't able to get that whizzer in to get his arm behind his, and Rankin was able to score 2 points. 5-2 with 38 seconds left in the second period.
Christian is a senior. He's wrestled varsity all 4 years and done well.
You talked about Titus Evans earlier for Nashville being a dual wrestler, good football player. You could say the same thing about Michaels.
Absolutely. Yeah, Christian walked away with some district honors and some all-state honors, and he was bunged up. You know,
oh yeah,
the Osage game, I know he got overheated, and then his good knee, and so he had. But again, you never know. He's tougher than nails, and just continued to compete.
Well, they're getting set here. Here's that reversal by Evans earlier on the replay. We'll get back to live here.
Nice. Start of third period. Christian Michaels is down 2-5. Currently 6-2 now, with the escape. So Christian is up against the #1 ranked kid from Nashua-Plainfield.
It's been a hard-fought match so far. No one really seems to have the advantage over the other.
Looks like we might have a potential stalemate again.
I think so. Not much is happening here. Yeah.
So Keith, when you and I wrestled, we were able to lock our feet and our ankle and put in what we call a figure 4 in that position. And now, wow, his knee is cranked. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Potentially dangerous.
But I know now you cannot lock that.
Around the head.
Yeah, that figure 4 is no longer an option. And so Rankin chose him to let him up and start on their feet again.
8-3 is the score.
Minute left.
Nashua's ahead. Third period.
Rankin's a tall, lanky kid and just has a lot of leverage in a lot of different areas. And technically a very, very good, sound wrestler. Looks like he might cut him loose again, maybe. Score is 10-4, 30 seconds left. Looks like he grabbed that near side ankle and just kind of walking it over.
Near side cradle.
Yep.
Oh, it looks tight. Oh, and he falls.
So Rankin was able to secure a pin to Christian Michaels.
30 seconds left.
12 seconds left, I think,
left.
in the third. Good match. It was a hard-fought match.
Yeah, here's that pin on the replay. The move that led to it anyway. And yeah, tough for Michaels for the match to end like that, especially when, pretty hard fought throughout.
It is.
It was. And
what you're going up against was the number one kid.
He was tough with him.
Yeah.
If that's #1 kid, I think Christian deserves to have a rating in there too, because that was not that,
lopsided.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
He hung with him the whole time.
Got Trace Huseman for St. Ansgar.
Got some headgear off.
126. Wrestling Hayden Munn. Looks like he's a senior.
Returning state qualifier. I believe he's ranked 5th.
Yeah, I believe they did mention that in pre-intros.
What's Trace's record going into this, Keith?
Trace has wrestled mostly 120 this season, and he's 13-5, so very respectable wrestler. But he found some competition tonight.
Minute 21 seconds left in the first period. Nashua-Plainfield wrestler was able to secure a pin.
Tough. Trace is a good wrestler.
He is. Go to 132, Andrew Hall for St. Ansgar, and Luke Zwangzinger, a freshman for Nashua-Plainfield.
So Andrew Hall has been wrestling 138, and he's 15-5. So he has dropped down over the holiday season to 132.
You talk about some of these wrestlers dropping down a weight. I think it was the Story City tournament 3 Saturdays ago that I know beginning of that 1 week, Barry told some wrestlers, I think we need to move, see if we can get a few of you guys down a weight. And I think that started at 175, Keith, with Reagan. Reagan moved down, and 2 or 3 others below him went down. And the reason they do that is for them to give them that flexibility to certify at a lower weight. You can always go up, but now is the time to certify at a lower weight. So,
correct. Andrew just hit a takedown on Nashua, so it's 2-0. Minute 30 left in the first period.
After January 1st, these wrestlers are all given 2 pounds. So if you're a 165-pounder, you actually can weigh in after January 1st at 167. So everybody's given 2 pounds, and they do that because these kids are growing, and you don't want to stifle the growth and whatever else. So every weight, January 1, gets 2 pounds grace. So that's another reason you want to certify before the first of the year at a lower weight, because it's going to be easier for you to get to that weight, in the future.
That's a good thing, I think. Getting 2 pounds is a good thing. Enjoy the holidays a little bit.
Andrew Hall does a nice job of keeping him on the mat. Looks like he's got a bar arm in the one side, looking to maybe turn and get some back points.
45 seconds left in the first period.
Needs to get his hips back. Break him down flat. Again, mat positioning is key right here, knowing where you are on the mat. Nashua-Plainfield wrestler is able to get a 2-point reversal, which ties the score. 18 seconds left in the first.
And Matthew's working for that also. What are we going to happen? What's going to happen here? Lose control? Nope. Matthew will start down, or Andrew will start down. I always call him Matthew. I'm sorry.
Matthew is his older brother, those of you that are wondering.
Here's a replay of his first 2 points. Getting that takedown.
14 seconds left. Andrew starts in the bottom. He's able to keep moving, get on his feet.
Oh, time ran out. He got 1.
Okay, which was good.
No, 1.
So short time.
1 point for red. Okay, it was Matthew, I think.
Yeah, score is 3-2. Andrew Hall on the bottom.
One point lead on the scoreboard here. A fresh 2 minutes on the clock.
We always talk about we love having Andrew and Matthew and Emma's mother in the crowd because she is the light bulb of St. Ansgar Athletics. And those of you that can hear over our microphones, you can hear Katie in the background.
She gets everybody fired up.
She does.
We love her.
I think I hear her saying, get your hips up.
That's right.
Is that good advice? I don't know.
It is.
I'm not much of a wrestler.
It is, and her daughter Emma is on the St. Ansgar girls team and doing a nice job on that as well. So that's a wrestling family there. And I know Katie and Victor have to split up and go between the two areas when they're wrestling at different areas, but they never miss a meet.
They get to see a lot of wrestling this winter.
They do.
Their daughter is a senior, doing well, but this is her last season, so next year just be Andrew.
And I'm impressed with how far the Saints girls program has come.
Oh wow,
over the last
nice
couple years.
Travel far. Score is still 3-2. Andrew is ahead. Looks like he's working his way out.
Got a single leg.
35 seconds.
See if he can finish it here.
So the Nashua-Plainfield has the whizzer, and you can see that back arm.
No points.
Oh, they actually gave it one escape.
Oh, wow. Boy.
Yeah, there we go.
So 4-2.
Nice.
17 seconds left in the second period. Andrew is up. Being on your knees is a tough position. It's hard to make a move from your knees.
It's great to get a quick takedown here, but you don't want to be taken down in the last.
Right.
Oh,
Nice.
what do we get?
There's two.
We got two.
So look where Ando's feet are. He
Right at the end.
knows where his feet need to be and was able to secure the 2-point takedown.
6-2.
Right at the end of the buzzer, too.
Nashua-Plainfield chooses down.
Sorry about the camera work there, folks. I was so intent on what was happening in the match, I didn't get it quite shifted over to see the whole thing of that takedown, but we got a little bit of it there.
Nashua-Plainfield was able to secure an escape, so 6-3. Both wrestlers on their feet, scrambling on that east side of the mat. So this is the time we see who's got the most in the gas tank here. Third period, hard wrestling. See where those sprints at the end of the practice, how they pay off. Fireman's carry, got that single leg again. Nashua-Plainfield wrestler sprawling back. Andrew able to get his head. He needs to stand up. Again, it's tough to make a move on your knees. Step across, get your head out. There we go.
He's in better position.
Fudge. Keep moving.
Still has the leg.
Don't
no
let
points.
the leg go. Ah, shoot.
Nashua just got a 2-point reversal. 6-5 is the score. St. Ansgar is ahead. Nashua leaves Andrew Hall up.
You can see that Nashua-Plainfield coach telling his wrestler to cut him loose. You need points.
7-5. Andrew is ahead.
40 seconds left.
And it seems like every opportunity Andrew's had, he's shot.
Yes, he's been the aggressor.
Tied up. Nashua just got the takedown.
So that decision to cut him loose and get the 2 was successful for the Nashua wrestler.
20 seconds left in third period. Tied up.
What we got to worry about now is a stalling call. The first one's okay. The second one isn't.
In.
Keep going, Andrew. Get your 2. Get your 2. Nice.
What a move.
There we
He
go.
got it. He got it. And he's getting back points.
2 seconds left. 1 second. Thank goodness the clock wore out. It
3.
ran out. And Andrew was able to secure that win. Wow.
What a battle.
That was quite a match. 12-7. The last 20 seconds was a scramble.
Yeah, let's go check that replay.
That'll be a good one to pull up later for sure.
Yeah, there we go.
Wow.
Flips him around.
Good hustle.
Yeah.
So next up, we got Seth Schatz at 138. And I believe they said Devin Griffin.
They announced 2 names, Devin Griffin and then Jonathan O'Neill. We'll see what the announcer says here. Devin Griffin,
it is.
a senior. So give us the background on Seth. His record so far to date, Keith?
Is 10-10.
Okay.
He's 500. And he wrestled out of 144. So he's been up and down, but he is down tonight. Nashua just got a deep shot in on him for 2.
You would think Shots would be the one taking the shots. It's in his name.
Yeah.
It's genetic. Ooh, nice job. Nashua-Plainfield wrestler got too high. Seth slid out the back door and secured 2-point reversal.
Good job.
Seth needs to keep his hips up.
Tied it up, 2-2.
I think those of you can see on the screen, you can see Barry and Dallas on the side and coaching those wrestlers and yelling what they see from the mat side, and those guys do a nice job of motivating these St. Ansgar wrestlers, and we're fortunate to have those 2 guys in our coaching staff.
Ooh.
Wow, nice job.
Ooh.
Grabbed a reverse headlock and was able to secure it in. Oh
and
my.
he pinned him.
Caught him in a headlock, and Seth was able to secure a pin for St. Ansgar, getting some more team points.
Way to go. He pulled above 500.
That's awesome.
Check that replay.
Good job for the
Here it
sophomore.
is.
Yeah, watch this replay here. Kind of that he tried to throw Seth. Seth was able to get out of it, put in a reverse headlock, and sat back and was able to go. So, Keith, who we have on the mat now?
144, Caleb Levan, my boy.
Okay. Devin Blanchard, sophomore.
Sophomore.
So Caleb, last week was his first debut of wrestling, Keith. Caleb has been nursing a back injury.
That's right. That's right.
And,
but he's coming back. I know when his first meet back before the Christmas break,
North Butler.
He felt he wasn't in condition, so he had some ground to make up. So hopefully we're coming around tonight.
That's good.
We'll see.
It's glad to see him back on the mat. Again, another position where shooting in for a double leg, and Caleb by far is one of our most flexible wrestlers out there, and you're going to see him be in some type of contortion position, and he can get himself out of it.
Look at his leg, the way it's angled around
and
there.
it doesn't bother him at all. He just gets out of it and does a nice job with that.
Looks like Nashua just scored 2 points from the takedown.
We've got about a minute left in the first period.
Put your arm through.
There you go.
There we go. Get his arm out, hopefully secure 2 points. Caleb is known, there it is, there's your 2 points. If you notice, Caleb's got the legs in, and Caleb is very good at the crossbody ride, and thanks to his father, but he has the ability to use that move to his advantage, and it looks like that's what he's trying to do, correct, Dad?
That's right, that's right. Here we go.
There we go. He's able to reach through. I think you can kiss that one by, I hope.
Don't look like his back is hurting him too bad the way he's wrestled this match. Can't use that excuse to not help carry groceries in anymore, right?
That's right. 18 seconds left. Caleb needs to secure that near side shoulder, and I'll be darned, he did get it. Congratulations, Caleb. Beautiful pin. Definitely moves up the team score. 36-15, I think the way I've done my math.
Try to cue up that replay here.
Good job, Caleb.
There he gets him turned over. That's what spelled it.
It's like a 150-pounder, Brody Dolph. Is that correct, Keith, in his record?
Brody is 0-9. Okay. Much better wrestler than his record is showing. So hopefully he can gain some wins tonight and bring him out of the goose egg tonight.
Looks like he's wrestling Aiden Gelmer, junior from Nashua.
He's just a freshman here, so he's got a lot to go here.
Absolutely.
But he's a good kid.
You know, I think one of the great things about wrestling is, I was a basketball player, and it wasn't until I got to be about a junior, that I started to see like real varsity minutes playing basketball.
Right.
But in wrestling, the way the weights match up and the way the teams you're playing, you could be a freshman and you're getting thrown out against state champs, and it's,
Yeah.
and it's
tough.
It's tough, but I think as a young kid, that's got to be good experience to be like, okay, I've stood face to face with what it takes to be someone who's really good. So you're seeing firsthand where the bar has been set for your weight or your competition.
Yep.
So there's a lot to learn from that, and I think it's a great kind of feature that's built into the sport of wrestling.
Especially on a small school setting, we have a lot of freshmen and sophomores that have to wrestle varsity because we don't have anybody else to wrestle there. We just don't have the numbers in a small school system. If you were in a bigger school, you might be able to wrestle some JV for a few years, but not in a small school.
Yep.
You're going to get thrown right in the Lions.
Looks like he's in a cradle position and fighting off. He was able to secure, I think, 3 back. I think he's got 3 on his fingers. He hasn't shown them yet because they're going to hold those points. The referee is going to hold those points until the move is broken. So until he lets go of that move, the referee will not throw those points out. And the reason being is, a wrestler could just go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and get three points with the same move. The move has to be broken.
Looks like Brody just got pinned. 12 seconds.
12 seconds left in the first period.
Yeah.
Looks like 157 Zaid Shell is going to be against number 8 ranked in the state, Jackson Carey. He is a junior.
Zaid is a freshman.
Okay.
He is 8-10. There again, for a young kid having to wrestle 157, a freshman, that's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough. But he's done well. He's an exciting wrestler to watch.
By the time he's a senior, he's going to have a lot of wins for St. Ansgar. And
he's going to be somebody someday.
Has some tenacity and he's got a little bit of his grandma. Marzen in him.
She's probably here tonight, I imagine.
I guarantee she's here.
Her and Joe, Pam and Joe are probably here.
Looks like he tried a double leg and then was able to get off the mat, which was a smart move to get yourself back to the center. A minute 30 in the first.
Zaid's not backing away from him.
He's not.
Oh, he just got caught. Thrown. Oh, tough.
Zaid kind of just walked into that, and the national wrestler just reacted to that and kind of just tossed him and was able to get him on his back to secure a win.
I would like to see that one go a little longer, but
well, we can
next
watch
time.
that part again. Unfortunately, it doesn't go any better this time for him, but on the replay. But
all right, we're at 165. You got Reagan Witt for St. Ansgar, and you got Dylan Blanchard, a senior for Nashua-Plainfield.
Well, Reagan's been hanging out in that 165, 175, weight range this year. A lot of 175, but just before Christmas, I believe he moved down to 165, and he is 17-3 on the season. Tough wrestler. He and Christian are the captains, and they're great captains. They're tough kids, good leaders. So
coming off state appearances for both of them, right?
Yeah, both of those are returning qualifiers, and the other junior, now freshman, Reagan goes in for a single. Needs to get his hips underneath him. Finish that. 2 points.
There it is.
Nice.
So Aslan Wills was the third, would have been their third returning state qualifier.
He was a junior last year.
He was. And we had Tate Meyer and Mikhail Meyer were our seniors that were also state qualifiers. So anyway, the Nashua-Plainfield wrestler was able to secure an escape there on the east side of the mat. Brings it back to the center. The score is 2-1 with about a minute left in the first period. Reagan needs to go to what is his go-to, and that's his dropping down to that double leg. He's pretty powerful when he gets his hips underneath him, and he was able to secure a takedown off of that
earlier in the period.
Yes. It's like the kid's going to try to throw him. He's going to see where this all ends up.
Reagan's not having any of that. Reagan could be the thrower, too.
Right there's a fireman's.
Fireman's.
Yeah, and you got to keep moving. You got to get your hips up.
That's it. Yep.
Start over.
Start over.
Fudge. It's not the position he needs to be in.
Come on, fight.
That's a perfect example of trying to do a fireman's carry, getting caught midstream, and then the wrestler reacting at the same time. We'll see if Reagan can get out of this. He was able to hip out.
3 points. End of the period. 6-2. Nashua's up.
We'll see if that motivates Reagan or kills the momentum. Reagan wins the toss, defers.
Here's a replay of that great takedown where Reagan got his 2 points on the screen now. And then, yeah, like you said, just kind of mistimed that, out of position a little bit.
Yep. Got caught. And
you know, that's what amazes me about the subtlety of wrestling. It's just one slight little miscalculation with where your body weight is and where your balance is, and that can just spell disaster.
Just kind of like what happened with Zaid there.
Right.
Yep.
Hips out. Reagan needs to keep moving with him and lets him get one. Score is 7-2. Nashua-Plainfield wrestler over Reagan Witt.
Minute 40 left in the second period. Deep.
Needs to finish that. Needs to drop his
got
hips. Drop his hips and go. He's in that same
Oh,
position.
yeah. Reagan got the 2 and back.
Needs to get there. We go.
Oh, yeah. Get it tight.
Fudge.
Back and forth, back
Big
and forth.
scramble. Reagan needs to reach, get rid of that head, Reagan, and start over. Get rid of the head. There you go. Now get to your base, and you got to start over. Score is 9-4.
This is a good one.
Kid's got the cradle locked up. Near side. .52 seconds left in the second period. Kind of been a back and forth match.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. It's not over.
Both kids have had opportunities, taking advantage of them. Nashua's got the edge here, 9-4.
Yeah, got a bar arm in this near side.
30 seconds.
Reagan's got to be careful. You're going to get called stalling. He needs to stand up and get off his knees. There you go. Needs to finish this. Pick it up and go.
Yes. Yep. Finish it. Drop him down nicely.
There we go.
There we go. 2.
Okay.
6-9. Nashua's ahead. 9 seconds left.
So the decision's going to have to be here with Reagan on the third period. What do I choose? And I guarantee he's going to look at the coaches and say, all right, what's up?
I'd say down. He got out the last time. I'd put him down.
Okay, he looks at Barry. Barry's points down. Reagan says, I'm going down. I got to score some points.
Take down earlier from Reagan.
Those of you that can't see myself, I went from the sitting position to the standing position for a good reason.
Some good takedowns by Reagan there on the replay, and we'll go back to the live
He's got to get out.
All right, we need Reagan to get a one.
There he is.
All right,
that's
score.
Quick escape.
7-9. Reagan is down 2 points. Start of the third period.
Talk about that gas in the tank now. Who's got the most? Who's got the better conditioning?
There it is.
I put my money on Reagan. He's got football conditioning left in him.
I feel like the whole gym's holding their breath.
The gym has gone silent here in Osage.
It's a battle.
All eyes are on this match.
Deep.
Reagan goes in for a single. See if he can
Single.
finish it. He's got to get to his feet. Reagan does a poor job finishing the single on his knees. He's a strong enough kid, but he has to get to his feet to finish it. He's in a bad position right now.
Minute left on the clock.
He's going to hip over him. Hip over him.
Needs to keep moving.
Keep that leg. Pick it up.
Reagan needs to keep his hips.
It's getting better.
Ah, shoot. Here's where we pray for a stalemate. Darn it, they gave the Nashua kid 2.
Tough.
And Reagan just needs to base up here and get out of that.
It's a tough one.
It's a tough one once you're in it.
What a battle. 35 seconds left in the third period. That's one I bet he'll want to have back.
Yeah, it'd be fun to have him watch this film, and that was a 5-point move in the first period that shouldn't have happened. And
there's that replay there where it led to that bin where he goes in.
So it looks like Reagan was in deep, but then stayed on his knees, and that kills Reagan when he's on his knees. All right, we got Devin Jammin, correct, at
175.
175.
And he goes up against, boy, I thought it was, they said Maverick McDonald, but I don't know for sure.
Team score, 54-15. Nashua-Plainfield over St. Ansgar. And those of you that are joining us late, just 3 teams here tonight, Osage, St. Ansgar, and Nashua. So St. Ansgar and Nashua will wrestle first, and then Osage, Nashua second, and then St. Ansgar, Osage third.
So Jevin is a sophomore. He's spent most of the season up around 165 and moved up tonight. His record is 4-14. Again, young St. Ansgar wrestler having to wrestle an upper weight. It's been tough.
Both Devin and Reagan both weighed in at 65, and that's the ability for the coaches to kind of jockey these wrestlers around. We talked about that. So I think Devin's given up some pounds here too, Keith.
Sure. He's a lighter wrestler than 175.
Yep, potentially 10, if not 12 pounds. So. Looks like he's going to walk that over and looking for some back points.
38 seconds left in the first period. 2-0. Nashua got 3 back points, just not issued yet.
Like 22 seconds left in the first.
Looks like it's
there
tight.
It is. So 11 seconds left in the first period. Nashua was able to secure a pin. Puts the team score to 60-15. So Nashua has 60, St. Ansgar 15.
It's the last matchup of the Nashua-St. Ansgar duel.
Because we started at 215. We're going to end here at 190 with Drew Carlson
against
Tate Wright.
State qualifier last year. Currently he's ranked 7th. 12th grader, Drew Carlson.
Well, he's a
junior.
Newbie. He's a newbie to the wrestling this year, right?
That's right.
He is.
This is his first year. He's been playing basketball, I believe.
It's good to have Drew here in the St. Ansgar Wrestling. And
he's 4-12 on the season so far.
Not bad for just jumping in.
That's awesome.
That's right. It's a tough wrestler tonight. 12th grader, ranked number 7.
Yeah, it would have been easy for Drew to say, I'm a junior, I haven't wrestled, and I'm not going to, and to have him say, yes, I want to go out and participate in this sports.
Hats off to him.
That's awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
Give it a try.
Yep.
And to hear Bill talk about it, he's like, oh, he's never wrestled ever. And he goes out, and yeah, he's doing great. Yes. I remember seeing him at the home meet. He got a win there that
night.
He did,
two, I think, that
wins,
night.
Yeah.
Takes a lot of guts to wrestle, because we're all looking at those guys out there.
There's no pointing fingers in wrestling. It's you and you and you. And you're wrestling as a team, but again, you're out there individually, and all the eyes are on you.
Have a beautiful gym, and the lights right over the mats tonight. It's just what I remember when I was wrestling. They would bring the dome down, and here in Riceville and Manly, they do it once in a while too.
Yeah.
That was always exciting. All the attention gets put on the mat.
Yeah. Like the Nashua wrestler secures another takedown. It should be 8-2 maybe, or 6-2.
6-2.
Okay.
That's what it's showing. Minute left in the first period.
A half Nelson to turn over Drew.
Drew's on his back. Oh, tough.
The Nashua wrestler was able to secure a pin. So Looks like the final score for Nashua-St. Ansgar is 66-15. So that should end the duel for St. Ansgar and Nashua. So while we're kind of have a break here, why don't we go to some sponsors, Duke, and you can maybe roll some sponsors, and we'll jump back with some statistics here when we come back.
Sounds good. See you in a minute, folks.
Are you a farmer or an agricultural producer looking for comprehensive risk management? Look no further than Beeland Ag Risk Services. Our experienced team of professionals understands the challenges facing the farming industry and can help you navigate the complex world of crop insurance. With our personalized approach, we can help you find coverage that meets your unique needs and budget. At Beeland Ag Risk Services, we know that unpredictable weather and other factors can impact your crops and livelihood. That's why we offer a range of policies, including revenue protection, yield protection, and more, to help ensure that you're protected when the unexpected happens. So whether you're a small family farm or a large agribusiness, trust Beeland Ag Risk Services to help you protect your crops and your future. Contact us today to learn more. Beeland Ag Risk Services, your partner in crop insurance.
St. Ansgar State Bank has a strong commitment to farmers. We provide the highest level of service with quick turnaround time, competitive interest rates, flexible payment options, and the ability to work with you on any size loan. Our agricultural banking specialists are experienced in farming and understand the important role agriculture credit plays in your operation. Because of our ability to make local credit decisions, we respond quickly to your total agricultural financing needs. St. Ansgar State Bank, helping you meet your financial goals.
At Johnson Oil, we're in business to be partners in your success.
Nah, man, it's not a broadcast. It's a broadversation.
Hey, folks, welcome back. We got some JV action going on the other mat. I didn't hear who's wrestling. Can you see who's down over there?
This is Tegan Zacharias, I believe.
Yeah, well, anyway,
126?
While we're waiting for
Tegan.
the Osage Nashua varsity match, we'll probably jump back and forth and show some matches over here. And yeah, we're kind of winging it at this point. We're waiting for the Saints now because they'll face Osage in their next matchup after Nashua faces Osage, if I'm correct.
And that'll be the final duel of the night would be St. Ansgar Osage. And Keith walking into this facility, you know, seeing these mats, and they've got these big lights over top of the mats. I mean, it's just cool. It's the facility is awesome, and be able to wrestle here is neat. And Osage wrestling is, you know, when you mention Osage, even if you're 6 hours away from Osage, they always say, wow, let's talk about the wrestling. And there's just a legacy here of that Brent Jennings has been here, what, 25 to 30 years, and just put together just depth. They just continually reload. And again, this year they're, you know, again, we talked earlier on the first kickoff that they're ranked number 1 in 2A.
Right.
And coming back from a win as a team last year, and got two returning state champs on their team. Fox and Stengel both are out here going to wrestle. So just a neat facility that we're in.
It is, for sure. It's they have a top-notch facility, and there's lots of room in here for the spectators. If you can't make it, you can watch Saints TV at home. We're very comfortable up here. This is a nice little booth that we've got. Usually we're set up on bleachers someplace, but this is very nice.
Yeah, we're spoiled. If you guys look in the top left-hand corner of your screen, there's a QR code, and Saints TV, if you feel led, you can click on that with your phone and donate. I tell you what, Saints TV is self-funded, and it's just neat that all the funds that are given through the givebutter.com goes back to Saints TV. And you know, basketball is continually 2-3 nights a week. I know Eric Sparrow and Joe Beeland are doing those games, and also I think Duke, the junior high basketball is also getting covered, correct?
Yep, and those two, they got kids that are playing, so it's pretty easy for them to just throw the computer in and go with when they're going to watch their kids anyway. And yeah, tonight we wanted to give the wrestling team some love, and here we are. And you know, you talked about the QR code, and tradition with Osage Wrestling, it wouldn't be a Saints TV show if we didn't talk about giving butter. So that's kind of our own little tradition on Saints TV. So yeah, if you check out the QR code in the top corner, that'll take you to givebutter.com. Yeah, and like you mentioned, Al, all the money we're making goes back into the school, and it's helping us to buy some new gear and stuff that we can go out and do more things, and hopefully do more wrestling meets in the future. And we'd love to get to a girls wrestling meet as well.
Absolutely.
And you know, but we can't do that without you guys' support. And so go up to that QR code. Yeah, I'll be shameless. Give us some money so we can offer some more of this stuff. And yeah, so this is growing more and more. And I apologize if you're going to be hanging with us all night. Don't have a whole lot of our regular commercials, regular slides and things. Like, I don't have the Give Butter slide to put on tonight because this is actually a new computer we're working with that the school had just got.
Yeah. Tell us about that new computer and Devin Sweesaw and his class and kind of what's going on with that, Duke.
Yeah, so I mean, this whole project, and I'm kind of speaking out of pocket here because Eric knows more about the ins and outs of this, and Devin Sweesaw does too. And you know, honestly, we should probably get Devin Sweesaw on the broadcast sometime.
There you go.
Just to talk through everything we're doing. But yeah, we're Eric and I have actually gone to the school and met with some of the kids. We did during football season, and we've done it, you know, throughout the school year so far. And we've had them help with kind of clipping together some footage for us, making some of the ads that you see on each of these broadcasts. And we're working on some, you know, maybe get some T-shirts and hats going with in the future sometime. I know you folks can't see it, but they made a little sticker for our laptop on the back here. Saints TV, we got a new logo now. So yeah, I mean, the school is, I mean, this is all about the kids, and we're getting the kids involved. And you know, you have to sit at home and listen to us adults kind of crooning about what
kids
we're
take
watching.
over for us.
Yeah,
you know, next year.
And we got kids
right
in training, doing some of the 7th and 8th grade games, and so yeah, it's been a really fun adventure, I think, for everybody involved, and it's great to see that not only financially is the donations that we get and the sponsorships that we get is that going back to the school, but we're also starting to find pathways that kids can get involved with this and learn how to do some of this stuff, because some of these technical talents, they're going to translate to what they're going to be doing in their work.
Comes so much easier to them than it does to us old guys here, I think.
We're old dogs up here trying to learn new tricks, but we got the computer plugged in and rolling, and we're so far tonight. I don't think we've had any problems. Feel free to drop it in the chat if we're doing something wrong, if our mics are too quiet. We love to hear how we can make the stream better. And if not, if we don't hear from you, we'll just assume that it's perfect. So,
So thanks to Mr. Sweesaw for his leadership and getting the youth involved with this, and again training them to take this over. And it'll be neat to see 10 years from now, if somebody's in broadcasting, they can say, I got my start through Saints TV, and it's just neat for people to get started.
Absolutely. So right now it looks like they're doing the intros for Nashua and Osage. Just kind of give you an update on what's going on, but we kind of missed the start of that for the broadcast, so we'll just shift right back over. We got some Saints kids wrestling over here, JV. You recognize who that is down there? Same match?
Yeah, that's Jonathan Plutos.
Okay.
And his record is he's been wrestling 150, so he's 2-14 as a varsity wrestler. He's a sophomore.
It looks like Jonathan maybe went to 144 today, according to the roster.
Okay.
Dropped down. I don't know who the Osage individual is that he's wrestling, but score is 5-7, start of the third period.
I would guess it's Brock Trees, looking at the roster, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, it could be. Could be.
That would be my guess.
Yep, I think it'd be a good guess.
Looks like Jonathan's down 2 with 1:40 to go in the third.
Yeah, if we got a little time, I guess I'd like to send out a great appreciation to some of the managers at Ansgar. We have 4 young ladies that have done a tremendous job of helping us out, helping us get stats for tonight. We've got a junior in Abby Muller. She's been doing this for 3 years. We have a senior, Isabella Brum, and she's been doing it for 4 years. We have a junior in Lila Knowlton, and this is her first year. And we have Isabella Hermanson, who's a sophomore, and this is her first year as being a manager. So appreciate those gals putting in all the time that they do. They run to all the tournaments and all the meets during the week, and they do a heck of a job behind the scene.
They do. And all that technical stuff in the background, the track wrestling, the videotaping of all the matches, that just happens. And those girls just take care of it. And Barry and Dallas don't have to worry about it. And it's pretty neat that that just happens in the background. And the wrestlers, when they get home, can immediately get online and watch their matches. Actually, a lot of them do it on the bus ride home. Watching themselves, and that's how they learn. But that wouldn't happen if you didn't have managers there taping every match.
That's right. And sometimes it's 2 gyms going and several wrestlers in each gym possibly going at the same time. And so they're spread pretty thin, but they do a good job.
Yep. We had some questions, too, of Duke, you'll love this question of, how come you guys don't go on the weekends and on Saturdays into all these tournaments? And the biggest constraint that we deal with on these tournaments is a perfect example. The Story City tournament had 16 total teams, and we were in 2 different gyms with 6 different mats. And our wrestlers were wrestling all over the facility, and for us to be able to stay in one gym, focusing on one mat, is pretty ineffective.
There's been a couple times tonight where it was just the one match in front of us, and I haven't had the camera centered or the kids in the middle of the screen. So, man, I can't imagine trying to jump back and forth between gyms. But, maybe someday if we get, some of these kids trained up and we get a couple extra cameras, we could probably offer something like that.
Absolutely. And that's what I was getting to, is if we could, those managers are already taping the matches on their iPads. If we could go wireless and go right to Saints TV with that, would be ideal. You might not have the boring commentating from Keith and I and you, Duke, but at least they could see wrestlers wrestle.
Yeah.
So that might be something that Devin and his team maybe work on of potentially in the future of how do you take these iPads and whatever else and take them to these tournaments on the weekends. So
Yeah.
It is far to go, too, for Grandma and Grandpa to make those Saturday tournaments. Used to be we go to, towns 40 miles away, and now it's 140 miles away sometimes. So,
Yeah.
so coming up after tonight, we wrestle in the Central Elkader tournament on January 6th. So that's a little haul to the east. And then next week, we're moving on over to Northwood Kensett for a quad, I believe it is, on Thursday night, the January 11th. And then in 2 weeks, we travel in the same direction as Central Elkader, but to MFL Marmac for a Saturday tournament. So we'll be going east the next 2 weekends.
We will. So it looks like the matches started between Osage and Nashua. We started at heavyweight, and I think Muller was able to secure a pin for Osage, which puts Osage up as a team score of 6-0.
It's fairly quick, too.
It was.
Yeah, I kind of got the camera on both mats right now,
Yep.
so if your kid's wrestling JV over there, you can see that. If you want to see the
Reese Cruzy over there on the other JV mat. Looks like he's in a headlock position over there and able to get out of that.
The score is 1-4. Looks like Osage is up. Now it's 4-2. Reese got an escape. 4-2 Osage.
Those of you that are joining us, CUSB Bank here in Osage is donating $50 back to the Osage School for every pin secured by the Osage wrestling team. So looks like after the first match, they're going to have to get out their checkbooks. They're already 50 in the hole right now.
I wonder if Nashua gets some pins, if they kind of subtract those off, or how does that work?
A little consolation.
I tell you what, folks, for every time a Saints wrestler gets a pin, you should go click that QR code up in the corner and give us $50. How's that sound?
There you go. We need to shout out to the St. Ansgar basketball team. The boys and girls were in Northwood on Tuesday night, and both JV varsity girls, JV varsity boys were able to secure a win. So I think we walked away with a 4-0 record there Tuesday night. And I watched a little bit of the girls varsity and boys varsity game. And those of you that were watching the boys varsity game, it was very close to a football game, Duke. There was some serious hitting going on. Those referees let those boys play, and it was hardcore basketball with very few fouls. I think Tyke Remster got laid out on the side, but no foul called, and so kind of a unique evening there of Saints basketball.
And let's talk a little bit about the new weight system that we have this year. Last year we had 14 weight classes, and this year we have 14 weight classes, but they've changed just a little bit. Kind of put some more weights in the middle of the lineup and spread things out a little bit, but we'll just kind of go through that. Last year we had a 106, and this year we have a 106. Last year we had a 113, this year we had a 113. 120 is the same, 126 is the same, 132 is the same, 138 is the same, and then we change. Last year we had 145. This year we have 144. Last year we had 152. This year we have 150. Last year we had a 160. This year we have a 157. Last year we had a 170. This year we have a 165. Last year we had a 182. This year we have a 175. Last year we had a 195. This year we have a 190. Last year we had a 220. This year we have a 215. And 285 stays the same. So we still keep 14 weights, but they're just moved around, positioned around a little bit.
It is.
Can talk a little bit about the 8 basic ways to score a match point in high school. Bring everybody up to date on that. It hasn't changed a whole lot, but started off, we have a takedown that's worth 2 points. It occurs when both wrestlers are on their feet and one of them is able to to get around on top of their opponent, get the 2 points. Escape occurs when that wrestler that has been taken down or chooses down gets away or escapes from the riding wrestler. That's worth 1 point. If you're down in the wrestling match and you choose down or your opponent has chosen up and you go from the down position to the top position, that's called a reversal. It's worth 2 points. And then we get into the near fall points. You can score 2 near fall points if you hold your opponent at a 45-degree angle or less for 2 to 4 seconds. And you can score a near fall for 3 points if you hold your opponent at 45 degrees or less for 5 seconds. So that's the 2 and the 3 point near falls.
I think on the mat that we're watching now with Osage Nashua, I think is the 120-pounder, and that's the number 1 ranked kid, the Jaden Rankin, number 1 ranked wrestler.
He's taking on Finn Smith for Osage.
Okay, Finn is a freshman.
Looks like they have 2 freshmen there. Yeah. So there's a Jasper Sandberg also. That's down. So
looks like Jaden was able to secure a easy takedown there and let him up, cut him loose for 1. Like I said, both of these teams are ranked. Osage ranked number 1 in 2A. Nashua-Plainfield, depending on where you look, is ranked anywhere from 3rd to 5th in 1A. So fun little battle here tonight. Team score is 12-6, currently in favor of Osage. But as you can tell by watching the St. Ansgar Nashua match, things can change really quick and a lot of points can be scored really quick. And this will be a fun little duel to watch here tonight.
And I'm sure Nashua is hoping to come away with some points after this one, being their state champion is on the mat.
Yes.
So far, he seems to be in control of this match.
He does.
Up 6-2 in the first, 50 seconds to go.
Keith, you can talk too about this is our first year from a St. Ansgar perspective of having our own girls team for St. Ansgar, and that's nice. I think the 6 wrestlers that I remember is Emma Hall, Lakin Evans, Lainey Hanna, Macy Meyer, Chelsea Brum, and Raylyn Meitner. And those girls are wrestling every Monday night and Friday night and some weekend tournaments.
Yeah,
and then Mariah Michaels, I forgot Mariah, in there.
They had a very busy week. They wrestled on Monday or Tuesday, like you said, this week. St. Ansgar had school on Tuesday. Osage did not have school. They had a tournament here all day Tuesday.
Right.
And then Thursday tonight they wrestled, and then Saturday.
Right, so they're busy.
They're busy, and their season is winding down too. They started a month earlier than the boys did, so they'll be finishing out here in January.
Right. I think we have 2 of our wrestlers, Mariah Michaels and Emma. I think both are ranked at their respective weights. I don't recall exactly what they are, but it's great to see the success of the girls wrestling program there in St. Ansgar. Duke, it looks like you were correct on that prediction of that match. He was able to secure a pin, so the team score is tied up.
I tell you what, that'll be probably the only one I'll get all night.
12-12. Osage 12, Nashua 12, and we are at the 126-pound bout. So,
you know, during football season, I was pretty infamous for saying, you know, I think we should probably run the ball here. And then our quarterback would drop back to pass and throw a dart downfield. So I've kind of learned to shut my mouth on the old predictions, but I felt like that one was pretty safe.
That's good.
Returning state champ, coming up against a freshman. Don't really know much about him, but, you know, sometimes you're surprised. And I thought Finn did a pretty good job hanging in there for a while anyways.
He did.
Is this Tyson Stangl? I don't think it is. 126.
Well, if it's not Stangl, it's Nolan Wolf, I'm guessing, based on what the roster says. So flip a coin, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look behind the Osage bench if I see the younger Stangl warming up or not.
I'm thinking they might have moved him up or something. We'll see. Nashua is ahead 2-0 with 51 seconds left in the first period.
And those of you that know Brent Jennings is the best chess player when it comes to wrestling that there is. And if you look at his roster, I should have counted how many total wrestlers that he had weigh in for that ability to move some wrestlers around where he feel is needed, and to be able to look at where can I as a team gain the most team points.
Right.
So I guarantee Brent Jennings has done his math and is working it backwards of where can I maybe give up some points and gain some points in other areas.
At 126, it shows Hayden Munn, 12th grader, returning state qualifier, currently ranked 5th, I believe.
Looks like the Osage wrestlers weighed in 33 total wrestlers.
Wow.
For those 14 weights. So
I think we had 15 maybe.
Yeah. So yeah, we had 15 for St. Ansgar total, and they had 33. So there's some bench strength there, and some. So kudos to the Osage wrestling program.
6-0 is the score. Nashua-Plainfield is ahead to finish out first period here. 10 seconds left.
Rob Stengel, the dad of both the Stengel boys, is the announcer here at the Osage gym and just does an amazing job of giving credit where credit is due to these wrestlers and done homework on if they've been ranked or not, or returning from the state tournament or not. He's just done a nice job of making sure the crowd knows who is on the mat.
For sure. Nashua caught Osage in a headlock there and tightening it up. A lot of time left on the clock. I'm sure they would like to get the 6-point fall here if possible. And they did.
There it is. So that puts the score, Nashua in advantage, 18-12 from a team perspective. And we're rolling into that 132-pound. And again, Osage weighed in 4 wrestlers at this weight, so we'll have to see who steps on the mat. Looks like a Sandberg, maybe. We'll see. We can hear him announce. So we were correct. Easton Sandberg and Luke Zwanzinger. Looks like he's a freshman.
Both of them are freshmen.
And Sandberg is a sophomore.
I'm sorry.
At 132.
Yeah, close enough.
That's right.
I was looking at Dalton Burkhart, and I saw 9 behind him.
So it looks like they've shut down the south mat. Looks like all the JV wrestlers are done, so we are focused on the varsity mat. And like I said, we are Saints TV. I'm Al Witt and Keith Levan, and Duke is beside us handling the technical abilities of all this Saints TV, and thanks for joining us here tonight. We're going to continue to watch Osage and Nashua battle this out. Just a really good duel, number 1 versus number 3, 1A versus 2A. But we want to make sure our Osage viewers and our Nashua-Plainfield viewers are getting their money's worth for us here at Saints TV.
It's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
It is a good one.
And even if you're just a Saints fan, this would be some good wrestling.
It is.
Got Osage down right now, 18-12 on the team score.
Osage has Nashua on its back.
So that could change here.
40 seconds left, first period.
We are blessed to have beside us Kiss Country 98.7. We have Nolan Peters and Craig Christensen beside us for doing the Osage commentating, so we're razzing them back and forth as we walk by each other. But it's neat to be able to work beside those
it's a pin.
2 guys. Osage secures a pin, ties it up, 18-18.
Now it gets a little interesting. Who are they going to bring out here?
Well, don't razz them up too much, Al, because there are plugs in over there. If they want to shut us down, they'll just pull it.
138.
It looks like Blake Fox. Blake Fox is a sophomore returning state champ for Osage.
But no, those guys over there, they're great. So all in good fun.
Yep.
And
Looks like Jonathan O'Neill, a senior for Nashua, against Blake Fox. Again, Blake's big brother, Nick, is wrestling at UNI. So good luck to Nick. Wrestling for another Osage alum, Doug Schwab, the coach there for the Panthers. We've watched Blake and Nick both. Keith, I know you have too, all through all these little kids tournaments when our kids were going through it. And Blake would actually wrestle in the first and second grade division, and then he'd also wrestle in the second and third grade division, and he would also wrestle in the fourth and fifth grade division, and he would win all three all the time. He would just always wrestle up, and that's just part of their blood. And
glad he kept wrestling in the state of Iowa, and
yes,
I'm sure he'll do well.
Yeah.
Got a bar arm in here. Looks pretty tight.
You talk about a technical wrestler, but all these Fox kids are just very extremely technical, and they're just strong up top. They get strong upper body, spend a lot of time in the weight room. Farm kids just doing chores and doing what they need to do outside, and just very good athletes.
He's sitting through. It's gotta hurt. 35 seconds left here.
That's a long time to be held in that position. And that hurts. Ask me how I know. I've been in that position before. That's when you just say, you know what, I know how many lights are in the ceiling. I'm ready to give up. Put my other shoulder down.
He's battling.
He is. Good job for him to be battling that off.
Switches it over. Comes at him at the other direction.
Chest to chest.
Oh, there looks tight.
There it is.
That looks tight.
There it is. And he secures
5
it.
seconds left in the first period.
So CUSB Bank has to fork up another $50 for Osage Athletics, but congratulations to Blake Fox on a win. Again, Blake's ranked #1 in the state, returning state champion.
Next up, we got Anders Kittleson, senior, another tough wrestler for Osage. Ranked, I'm not sure what.
Knudsen is another one of those kids that's just built up top, got a lot of strength, but he's got the quickness to go with it. Some of those kids that are built up top or might be slow and don't have that ability to move, but Kittleson does a nice job of being able to do that. And as you can see with that move, that's kind of a risky move that unless you know your hip control, you don't do that. And man, he's securing some quick back points. Duke, I don't know if you noticed, but since that other match, Matt, shut down, we have both officials on this match right now. So they're working together as a team. One of them's there for controversial calls. The other one there is calling everything else on the mat. So
Anders got the quick pin there in about 40 seconds, 41 seconds. Put the team score up 30-18, Osage.
So we talked about the team scores changing really fast, and that happened, didn't it, Keith?
It sure did. 6 points moved the scoreboard fast. We'll see if it stays.
We are looking out towards the Osage crowd, and I would say it's 3/4 full plus the ends and whatever else. Osage just brings a good crowd. Obviously, it's a home meet for them, but when you go to away meets and they're there, there's a sea of green.
They support well.
You know, and then having 30 kids on the team and a set of parents for each one, that kind of
grandmas and grandpas.
Grandmas and grandpas. And
yeah, exactly right. I want to mention too, while we got some time, we just need to be seriously thinking about and focusing our prayers to the Perry school system. Those of you I know have been in, heard the media and heard news and whatever else, but our hearts are with the administration and teachers and students and families of that school system as they had a tragedy here today. And before the wrestling meet tonight, we had a moment of silence for the Perry school system. And so thoughts off to those people there down by Des Moines.
They have a long road ahead of them here the next weeks and months.
Yes.
It's going to be tough.
Yeah, and his first day back of school, and I'm sure kids were excited to be back with their friends, and so
You just never know what's
know.
what's going through their heads. So it's tough. And it's a small town, small town school. You just don't think about it here.
That's right.
That's something that happens in bigger communities, not in these small communities. But we're not resistant to it, I guess.
That's
so.
exactly right. So, thoughts and prayers to that community. So, again, tonight we started out with thinking we were having 4 teams, thinking Newman Catholic was going to be here as well, but it ended up to be a triangular with Osage, Nashua, and St. Ansgar. So St. Ansgar and Nashua wrestled first. Nashua was the winner over St. Ansgar, 66-15, and now we are on the second duel with Osage and Nashua. Currently, Osage is up 30-18 team score, and we are at weight 150. So again, Osage weighed in 4 kids at 150 pounds. They're just stacked at every weight, and they have that ability to make a switch whenever they want to make a switch. So.
I see a lot of 12s of this weight, 12th, 10th, 11th, and 12th for the kids they weighed in at 150. So they're pretty deep.
Right. Yeah, these aren't freshmen, are they?
No.
Been on the mat quite a bit.
I'm sure they have some freshmen, too, that wrestled JV tonight, sophomores.
That probably helps, too, with all the underclassmen that are wrestling varsity now, too, is like, well, when you go to practice and you got 4 kids that are your same weight, you're getting to practice against, people of your class.
Right.
So
right.
That definitely pays off, I'm sure, over the whole season long of practice.
It does.
Iron sharpens iron, just like we talked about earlier.
It does.
Osage is working for another pin, but gives up a 2-point reversal. Score is 3 points for Nashua, 4 points for Osage. Minute left in the second period.
Duke, you'll enjoy this conversation. I went down and grabbed something to drink, and before I came back up, and we have some friends that are from Nashua-Plainfield that he saw me in the lobby downstairs, and so we were visiting, and he said, I don't know what you guys do in St. Ansgar, but your weightlifting program is crazy. So a huge compliment to Drew Clevenger and those guys who just continually just have that opportunity for those kids to lift weights and speed and agility and all that stuff. And
get stronger.
Yeah, definitely.
So that was kind of neat to Coach Nielsen, he just, between Nielsen and Clevenger, they're with those kids 5:30 in the morning till 8 o'clock and after school. And
yeah, and as great as job as the coaches do, the kids as well. I mean, they got to buy into it. They're the ones that got to get up and go to school at that time. They go lift in the mornings, and there's just been this ongoing culture of, the kids are buying in. They want to be there. They want to get better. Listen to the coaches, what they're coaching them, how to do that stuff. And you see the result, out on the field, out on the mat or wherever it is.
And I remember, I don't know if it was Eric Sparrow or Joe Beelan, one of them talking about the maturity of the basketball guys, of when they were 8th grade or freshmen, their vertical leap was slim to none. And even through that whole agility program, how they're able to get off the ground and do some things on the basketball court. And so I thought that was a neat story I needed to share for the St. Ansgar Speed and Agility and Weightlifting program. The people from the other towns are noticing. That was the first comment that gentleman made to me. So. Looks like we got a 11-4 match here in front of us. Third period, 1:20 to go. Looks like the Osage wrestler is kind of in control here.
This is 150 weight class?
Yes. Keith, we're missing a wrestler all season. Corbin Michaels, you want to talk about Corbin and kind of where he's been and where he is right now in the healing process?
That's right. Corbin suffered an injury during football season and and still played the game and fought through it, but he knew after the season he was going to have to get patched up. An elbow injury that he experienced during the football season, and so we do miss him. He was a good wrestler, and I'm not sure if he's going to be able to make it back this season or not. I haven't heard recently, but we're hoping that maybe we can see him wrestle the tail end of the season.
Yep. Corbin's only a sophomore, but again, we certainly miss him on the mat. He definitely has he probably would have been one weight class above his brother in that 132-ish maybe, or 126 if Christian went down to 120. But hopefully he heals well and goes from there.
Right.
Tucker
last
Staniel.
Last year, Corbin was 26-17,
Yep.
so good wrestler.
And here we have Tucker Stengel on the mat, returning state champion for Osage.
Wrestling at 157, senior. Rated wrestler.
Yep, so number 1 against number 8. But again, it's 1A versus 2A ranking. So there Tucker's able to secure his 2. And I don't know if you sat and watched that, but Tucker actually looked back at the referee and said, okay, I have control and my feet are still in bounds. That should be 2, and he does. Tucker is able to start on his feet, which gives the opponent 1.
Feels comfortable up there.
Tucker's been wrestling since he was in the womb, I think. He just continually does a nice move to a near side cradle, looking to secure another $50 for Osage Athletics through CUSB Bank.
But, a lot of time, minute left on the clock.
Coach probably tell him, get out there and get some pins for us, boys. We can get some new singlets.
So that was a quick match. Again, number 1 versus number 8. Congratulations to Tucker. Tucker actually got his 150th career win here middle of December. And that's a lot of wrestling. He's been wrestling for Osage varsity since he was a freshman. So congratulations to him on his wins.
I see they got my name on the leg there. It says Duke.
Nice.
I don't know, that must be the brand or something?
No, I think somebody's going to correct me, so I shouldn't say.
Here
but I
we
think
go.
it goes back to Duke Angel.
Okay.
Duke Angel was a state champion wrestler way back when, and obviously Duke the Devil type deal. But so I'm thinking it goes back to that.
Okay.
But I'm not going to put any money on it. I shouldn't have said anything. But
don't
I think
quote him, folks.
Yeah, please don't. I'll turn off my cell phone. Are we getting any goofy comments in the old?
Yeah, I don't know how to get them on the screen like Candle Genius does, but Eric himself was in here asking what Michaels was ranked, and we were kind of talking about how he wasn't ranked, but maybe he should be. So.
Yeah, he should be.
Yeah.
He currently is not, but
the way he wrestled against the number 1 Nashua kid, I think he deserves to be ranked.
Yeah.
Got Robert Myers saying thanks for broadcasting the wrestling. Go Saints. Krista Horgan, great to see Saints wrestling. I agree.
All right, Keith, we got to do it because we're known for it. Let's throw out our first trivia of the night, and
Sounds good.
That'll give some people some time to comment back to Duke to see who's going to be the winner. But why don't we throw out your first trivia for St. Ansgar Wrestling?
Okay, here we go. So who were the first brothers to place at the state tournament from St. Ansgar?
Ooh. Same year or just ever?
Ever.
Okay.
Yep. Well, not ever. The first ones ever. But
So say that question one more time.
who were the first brothers to place at the state tournament in St. Ansgar wrestling history?
Okay. So there's your question.
There are several. That'll be my hint. There are several brothers that have done this, but we're looking for the very first ones.
So the first pair to both have qualified for the
Correct.
tournament in place?
Was it was state titles or place?
Place.
Place. Okay.
Yep.
Perfect.
I'll give one more hint. It was 4 years apart.
Okay.
Think on that a little bit.
So we have a 165-pound bout. Nashua wrestlers up 2-1. Second period.
Osage is out quick there. 2-2. We can talk about our sponsors a little bit. Name off a couple of our sponsors off the list and give them some good credit. Got Beelan Ag Risk Services, Bet Roofing, Box K Beef,
Barry Kittleson, correct?
That is
AKA
correct.
Barry Kittleson.
Farm Bureau Financial Services, Brian Putney, and a Canine Cabin out of Stacyville, Iowa.
Nice.
It's one that we've used. If you want to go away for the holidays, a great place to take your pet and have it cared for while you're gone.
That's great. Looks like Nash was able to secure a pin at the 165-pound bout. Team score is 42-24 in favor of Osage.
Yeah, my parents, they're on vacation right now, and I'm watching their pets. I should just take them down to the cabin. I got the week off.
And what do you charge, Duke? Maybe you could do this on the side.
Well, I probably can't compete with them, so they know what they're doing. I do not.
So what are you watching? Dog or cat or fish or?
My sister, she's home from college. I think she goes back in a week or two, so she brought 2 of her fish home.
Nice.
So what's fish? So that
so there are 2 fish.
Okay.
It's kind of funny. Her first fish was named George Washington. I don't know why. So then that one died. So then the next one she named John Adams.
Hopefully not under your watch.
No, not under my watch. It died of natural causes, old age. She had that thing forever. So the next fish she gets, she names it John Adams, and she's got Thomas Jefferson now too. So she must be going through the presidents or something naming her fish. So kind of weird for a college-aged girl to do, but whatever. So watching her fish. My parents got 4 horses, 4 dogs, a bunch of cats, a bunch of chickens. So it's a whole funny farm over there. So I don't know if they got room for them at the Canine Cabin.
I am glad you could break away and come sit with us tonight, Travis.
Yep.
Sounds like you got a busy schedule after work.
3.5 hours of chores morning and night.
Yep, threw some hay before he came over. Go back and make sure everybody's settled in tonight. So
busy night.
You bet.
Looks like Osage secured another $50 from CUSB Bank again on a pin there.
I hope I don't go past that bank tomorrow and see a
they're going to cause a run on the
bank.
bank.
Sign or something like that.
Go get their money out because they're losing to all of the wrestlers tonight.
Just a perfect example of businesses giving back locally. I know, Duke, with your business and who you work for, continually giving back, and all the sponsors that we have for Saints TV. It's just really neat how the generosity of small town Iowa just continues to give.
Exactly.
So for Nashua, we have Tate White at 190 here. He's a state qualifier and ranked number 7 against.
I don't know if that's.
I'm not sure if it's
Mostek,
Jarek Mostek or
Rage.
They're both 11th graders. Good match, 2-2. 43 seconds left in the first period.
We talked about the referees earlier we had 2 of them here tonight, and then now they're both on the same mat since their JV is all done wrestling. But referee availability is a huge discussion across all sports right now, and challenge all of you, if you have that desire, there is a need for referees in any sport, whether it's football or baseball or softball or basketball or wrestling, whatever, volleyball. Especially with girls wrestling starting, that just adds more volume of matches.
There's a lot of gray hair out there right now. We need the young people to come in, step up, and take on some of that workload.
That's exactly right.
Having a little discussion out there.
Yeah, even this fall, I remember Drew Clevenger saying that across the state, there was some teams that, he'd heard about that there have refs having to shift crews to Thursday night games so they could cover a Friday night game the day after because they just didn't have enough crews for everybody to play on Friday night.
Right.
So I mean, we're seeing it across the board. So if you were played football in high school or you're a wrestler in high school and you want to make a little scratch on the side, it's a great way to do it, to still be involved in a sport you used to enjoy and participate in. So.
And these referees have full-time jobs. I mean, it's not like they're just full-time referees. They have their day job during the day, and this is just an extra gig. Extra at night. And
looks like Nashua has Osage quickly on his back for the fall. Moves the score up to 30 for Nashua, 48 for Osage.
Well, we did get a guess for your trivia question in the chat.
All right.
And it's Will M. I'm not sure who that is. If you know any Will M's, that must be last name M. I don't know. But Joey and Randy Christofferson is his guest. I mean, we'll leave the question out for a little bit longer, see if we get some more guesses. But
sure,
that is guest number 1 in the chat.
Okay,
perfect. Ask the question one more time, Keith. So we got people that just joined us, and they want to participate in this trivia. What is your question?
Who were the first brothers to place at the state tournament? There's been several brothers that have placed, but who were the first 2 brothers from St. Ansgar?
We started looking on the other mat. St. Ansgar wrestlers are starting to warm up. We only think we have one more match here, and then we will flip the coin and start wrestling St. Ansgar versus Osage, which will be the last duel of the evening. Again, that Venmo code in the top left-hand corner, you can scan that and give back to Saints TV. If you're watching for the first time, you always hear us talking about hit that subscribe button, and what that does is just helps the YouTube realize that Saints TV is for real, and is able to get some attention of YouTube, and hopefully able to, Saints TV can monetize on some of that and get more money back for the school. So
yeah, definitely. And I think the criteria, if I'm not mistaken, is if you get 1,000 followers, then YouTube allows you to start making money on who's watching your videos. So just by watching, we'll start to make a little money on that. And so we're at like just about under 950, so we're so close to 1,000. So if you haven't subscribed yet and you're watching, shame on you. Take a minute while we're waiting for the St. Ansgar wrestlers to get on with their match after this one, and go click that subscribe button. I mean, it really helps us out. We really appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching. That would just really help us to get us up over that 1,000 subscriber mark.
And Duke, some people are worried if I hit that subscribe button, I'm going to have somebody knocking on my door the next morning, and I'm giving my credit card number, and I've given them my firstborn. It's nothing like that. Nobody's going to come follow you and knock on your door. It's just a click of a button and hit subscribe, and that would definitely help out Saints TV.
Talk about children. Sounds like you had a birthday in your family this week.
We had lots of birthdays in this past week. We actually had a birthday party yesterday and today, and so Reese's 9th birthday was on the 31st, and Riley was yesterday on the 3rd, and Ava's is on the 11th, and so yeah.
Busy time.
Busy time.
That's
and,
awesome. And they're here tonight.
They are. We got the whole clan. Riley's home from college and goes back here soon, and so good to have the whole clan here.
Do you have to bake all the cakes?
I did not. Thank goodness my beautiful wife takes care of that. And every kid has a different request, Duke. So one is a French silk pie, and one of them is a cheesecake.
French
and one
silk.
Of yeah. So
you're not messing around over in the Witt household.
So you have to put in your order early, and then Mama will take care of you. So
good for her.
Well, hey, my birthday's coming up in March.
And you drive right by.
Oh, yeah. So
mine was just in December. I missed it. So
Well, there's always next year.
Yeah,
Better
my
luck
wife
next
always
year.
makes me a coconut cream pie.
Ooh.
That's my wish. So
There you go.
I can't complain too much.
Well, there's a pin by Titus Evans. Again, Titus is a returning qualifier and I think ranked number 4 in the state. Was able to secure a pin by Ledger Niels from Osage. So that secures and locks up the duel. Osage was able to secure the win 48-36 over Nashua. So congratulations to Osage on that battle. It was a lot of good matches there. And so that ends the second duel. Soon to start the third and final.
Yep, Saints will be back on the mat here after a little bit. So maybe we'll run through a couple commercials. You've already seen them, but hey, I don't know if you watch TV your whole life, you've already seen commercials anyway before. So this is nothing new. Thanks for being with us on Saints TV. Coming up next, Saints Wrestling, and we'll be back after a bit.
This is Thomas, and pretty soon he'll be off to college, so he's going to need a way to access his money while he's away from home. Luckily for Thomas, he's opening a new account with FSB, and he just needs his ID to get started. Then, all he has to do is stop by one of our locations, download the mobile app, sign a paper, and we'll do the rest. It's literally that easy. Once you're down at school, you can manage your money anytime, anywhere with our easy-to-use banking app. You can check your balance, transfer funds, pay bills, deposit checks, and more. At FSB, we're not just a bank for farmers, we're a bank for everyone.
Are you a farmer or an agricultural producer looking for comprehensive risk management? Look no further than Beeland Ag Risk Services. Our experienced team of professionals understands the challenges facing the farming industry and can help you navigate the complex world of crop insurance. With our personalized approach, we can help you find coverage that meets your unique needs and budget. At Beeland Ag Risk Services, we know that unpredictable weather and other factors can impact your crops and livelihood. That's why we offer a range of policies, including revenue protection, yield protection, and more, to help ensure that you're protected when the unexpected happens. So whether you're a small family farm or a large agribusiness, trust Beeland Ag Risk Services to help you protect your crops and your future. Contact us today to learn more. Beeland Ag Risk Services, your partner in crop insurance.
St. Ansgar State Bank has a strong commitment to farmers. We provide the highest level of service with quick turnaround time, competitive interest rates, flexible payment options, and the ability to work with you on any size loan. Our agricultural banking specialists are experienced in farming and understand the important role agriculture credit plays in your operation. Because of our ability to make local credit decisions, we respond quickly to your total agricultural financing needs. St. Ansgar State Bank, helping you meet your financial goals.
At Johnson Oil, we're in business to be partners in your success.
Nah, man, it's not a broadcast. It's a broadversation.
All right, folks, welcome back to Saints TV. We're getting ready for the final duel of the night, right? Is that the right term, duel?
Just had a coin flip to see who's going to send the wrestler out there first. I don't know who won the coin toss, but we just had one.
We're pretty far away to see the coin, which way it lands. So.
Right. Might be the lighting. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be the lighting. Kind of dark in here if you're not in the center mat, so.
Looks like we'll be starting at 2:15. Once again, they're not going to introduce the wrestlers from Osage and Ansgar tonight. They've already kind of been introduced against Nashua when Ansgar wrestled Nashua and then Osage wrestled Nashua. So they're not going to introduce the wrestlers, Ansgar versus Osage. We're just going to start right in. Actually, 106 we're going to start with. Let's talk about our coaches here at Ansgar. We got Barry Kittleson, who's been with us for 10 years. This is his 10th season as a head coach. He's been an assistant coach since 1985. And we have Dallas Hendrickson, who's been an assistant coach since 2016. So, thank you.
Yeah, thanks to both of those coaches.
Yeah, Dallas, heck of an athlete in his time at St. Ansgar.
Football, wrestling, baseball. All right, the first two weights for St. Ansgar, we had a forfeit, so that quickly put the team score to 12-0. But looks like we got Christian Michaels against Sonberg, baby. Yeah, Jasper Sonberg, freshman.
At 120.
At 120 pounds. Christian goes in for a double, able to secure a takedown quick. Again, Christian is one of those 5 or 6 of our St. Ansgar wrestlers that made the decision to go down a weight and certify at a lower weight, giving him the ability to make a decision as we get closer to district tournament of where he wants to go. So by certifying at a lower weight, you're able to move up. You're obviously not able to move down. So we had, I think, 5 of our wrestlers at the Story City tournament decided to go down a weight to give them some flexibility as the year proceeds.
He's wrestled most of the season at 126, but came out here after the Christmas break and gave up some cookies and good stuff, I'm sure, and a lot of hard work. And
no meatball in the spaghettis tonight.
That's right.
He's got his opponent on his back.
A nice job with a half Nelson and walked over the top of the head, and 44 seconds left and was able to secure the pin for St. Ansgar. So congratulations, Christian Michaels.
Here's a replay of that takedown.
Again, he manages that one arm, duck under, goes into a double, and just manhandles him.
Yep. There it is in slow motion. Yeah. And we're back to live.
Yeah, live. 120 Finn Smith for Osage against Trace Huseman. Trace Huseman used to be at that 120-pound spot. Then when Christian moved down, Trace had to go back up. Trace potentially tried to get to that 113 spot, but again, when you're that little and don't have a lot of body fat, it's tough to be able to move down. So
for sure. Yeah, he doesn't have a whole lot to lose.
Scoreless match thus far, 30 seconds in, 40 seconds in now.
Trace is a sophomore, and what's his record, Keith, coming into this?
Trace Huseman wrestled 120 most of the season. He's 13-5.
Okay.
He is a sophomore.
Kind of funny how they just instinctually there went back to the center of the mat and restarted like they were going to the beginning of a match.
Yep. And a lot of times, Duke, if you sit and watch these referees, you're going to see the referees chatting at these wrestlers, and they're going to say, back to the center, back to the center, back to the center. And those
circle.
Yep, get to the circle. And that's them pushing them to get back to create some area to make some moves and score some points. Again, you don't normally see two referees at a typical duel, but since we only have 3 teams and there was 2 referees for the JV, one for JV and one for varsity, the JV is currently done, and so we got 2 referees on the varsity matches here tonight, if those of you that are wondering.
Working together. It's always good to have an extra set of eyes, especially in a close one.
You might ask yourself, how in the world do these guys know that the time is up and the time is expired? If you look close, Duke, you can maybe zoom in on that immediate referee in the center. Look at his red wristband. It's thicker than the green one. That's because he's wearing a vibrating watch.
Through track wrestling.
Through track wrestling.
There's
so
that wristband there.
There you go. So if you zoom in, that red one's thicker than the green one, and that's for a reason.
Yeah, it looks like he's got a watch under it or something.
Yeah. So on big tournaments, you're going to see kids with towels out there beating the referees on the butts, telling them to stop. And that's because there's so many whistles and there's so much stuff going on. You can't do that. But on a single duel like this, the referee is once it hits 0, is vibrated, and he's able to stop the match.
There are some times when, the towel boy or girl is going out there, maybe running a little late or,
or forgets.
There's something happening on the match, and it's time sensitive. So did the towel boy or girl hit the referee 1 second late, and the match changed by that delayed tap this way? It's all in the referee. He's got total control of when to blow the whistle.
And both of these referees today have it on their wrists, so they're both getting that signal at the same time. So you might see one ready to blow the whistle and be prepared to do that. But just a little knowledge for Wrestling 101 out there, the people that are questioning how are these referees knowing when the time is out.
Match score is 2-0. Trace is up with 1 minute left in the second period. Close match.
You hear Barry and Dallas yelling at Trace is break them down, get them flat first, and you've got to make sure to get them flat before you make that move. And the reason being is your hip positioning gets too far forward, and the momentum is going the wrong way, and that bottom wrestler has the advantage once your hips get above their hips in the wrong way. So it's working for a butcher.
And he's coming around with it.
Is.
See if we can see some back points here. It's getting close. Here we go. Here's the count.
Turned.
19 seconds left. And the fall.
Congratulations, Trace.
Ties the score up at 12-12.
Okay, Andrew Hall.
I will try to not call him Matthew. His brother was up here at the break, and he said it happens all the time. So, Andrew Hall.
Against Easton Sonberg, a sophomore from Osage, 132 pounds.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time that's happened on Saints TV, because I did it at a basketball game with Ava and Aspen Falk, so got them mixed up.
Another siblings that look similar, so I think it's easy enough to do.
Andrew again on a single here. Sonberg has the ability to throw in the whizzer and flip around to secure 2 points.
2 10th graders going at it tonight. Andrew Hall has a record of 15-5 at 138 mostly. He is a sophomore.
He's able to get Andrew in a
cradle. Andrew's fighting, trying to get out of that cradle, trying to break it.
You see the Osage wrestler Sonberg taking his bottom knee into the side.
He got it tight.
Which makes it tight and extremely uncomfortable, and able to secure the pin.
Team scores are Osage 18, St. Ansgar 12. We're up to 138.
Seth shots. Blake Fox, returning state champion as a sophomore this year, ranked number 1 in the state.
2 sophomores out there.
Goes into a duck under, able to secure a takedown. Again, Blake has lots of experience, not only with folk style wrestling, but Greco as well as freestyle, and puts that all into work here tonight. Into a cradle.
It's tight. This is going to be tough.
1:11 left. And again, since he did not let that cradle go, he was not awarded those back points. So you can see the referee's hand. He's got 3 against the mat, and that's to remind himself how many current back points he has. But Blake is looking to secure a pin here.
Got to get him turned over.
45 seconds is a long time to be in that position.
Yep.
If he breaks that grip, which he just did, he should be issued the points.
There, Blake just reached around and grabbed the chin of Seth and is able to secure the head, and there is the pin.
It's tough.
Puts the team score to 24-12. Osage over St. Ansgar. 138 bout. Looks like Caleb Levan and
be 144.
Excuse me. Anders
Kittleson. Anders, a ranked wrestler.
Anders Kittleson.
He got a win in his first match earlier tonight against the Huskies.
Yes, Caleb looking really good. You can see there's some freestyle moves there on Kittleson's behalf of trying to get that roll. Caleb fighting it off.
You talk about that flexibility. He sure is. Squirming.
Kittleson
getting
putting in the bar.
Tight.
Able to secure the pin on the edge of the mat. 1:18 in the first period. Again, we talked about every pin that Osage had. CUSB Bank is donating $50 back to the Osage Athletics. So thank you for them for doing that for the Osage program. Ty Voigt, which is a sophomore, 150-pounder from Osage. Wrestling Brody Dolph. Trying to maintain and battle some hand control here. Looks like the visitors' side of this gym is kind of thinned out with the Nashua crowd leaving, but the Osage side is still pretty full.
Live and well.
Looks like Osage was able to secure a takedown on that, managing his feet, keep himself in bounds. Duke, let's talk about the businesses that have donated money for our youth when being able to pay for their entry fee into sporting events at St. Ansgar. Grain Millers is one of them, correct?
Yep. Grain Millers, Farmer State Bank, ponied up to give each of the kids free entry to home games for sports this school year. So thanks to them, I guess I guess I worked for Farmer State Bank, so thanks to me. I don't know.
Thanks,
I should
Duke.
say, yeah, you should.
Thank you, Grain Millers.
But yeah, we just wanted to give the kids, something that would, really. We've got a great booster club. They do great things for the school and all that stuff. But we were like, what's one way that we can help the parents out directly? And
right.
we come up with that. So, and thanks for Grain Millers for coming on board with us on that, and thanks to the school for letting us do it. So
it's awesome.
Just happy to get the kids more involved, and yeah.
Thank you to them. Looks like this is Darren Adams. They moved him up from 150. Oh yeah. Okay.
Moved up to 157 to.
And that's where I think their Osage is. I'm predicting here, Duke, okay? Tucker Stengel normally is at that 157. I'm guessing. Don't know who shows first. If it's St. Ansgar showing first, I'm guessing if we show Reagan Witt, they're probably going to show Tucker Stengel. They're going to move him up to wrestle him. If we show first, I think it might be something different. But, again, we're predicting because I see they moved Darren Adams up into Tucker's spot. So I think Brent Jennings is playing the chess game here and trying to secure as many team points for the Osage Green Devils.
Yeah, you talked about that chess match, so I'm sure Jennings is looking up and down the St. Ansgar roster. Oh, that Witt kid, he's pretty darn good. We're going to throw our state champion out there against him.
And that's what they're going to do. Looks like we must have had to show first. I was figuring Barry would hold him out and move Reagan up to 175, but here we go.
Tucker Stengel and Reagan Witt.
Number one goes in quickly for an ankle pick. I think Reagan just needs to go back to the basics and get on his base. And again, Reagan might have some muscle on him, but Tucker's got a whole bunch of technique and a lot more mat experience, so this will be a fun match to watch.
Reagan is a senior. He wrestled a good share of the season at 175.
Oh, look at this.
He just throws a headlock. Oh,
look at this.
Boy. Oh,
Reagan.
boy. Oh, tough.
And Tucker is a scrambler, and Reagan skimmed off and rattled off a headlock to catch him. But
well, hey, we better check out that replay quick while they're sitting there. So. That was danger territory there for Stengel.
Oh, shoot.
Good job by Witt to take advantage.
17-3 is Reagan's record.
And this is good for Reagan to get mat experience with somebody at this caliber as well. And he and Tucker used to play travel baseball together, so there's a friendship there. And we're friends with the Stengel family, and so good to see some good competition. So Reagan needs to get on his knees to get off of that. He's got a bar arm in, and Stengel's extremely technical when it comes to that, and needs to be careful of getting himself off his belly and getting him get up on his base.
Notice how he's got really quick feet too, Stengel does. He's just kind of hopping around Reagan, working him.
Yeah.
See,
he's in tight. Looks like Reagan's in trouble. And
I'm sure he's going to do well at the state tournament again this year.
Number one ranked kid for a reason and does a nice job. And so go to 175, Jevin Damon.
That was a cool takedown, so let's just watch it again from Witt. Yeah, nice work.
Got a sophomore taking on a senior here, Heath Voigt. Senior from Osage, and Devin Jammin, a sophomore from St. Ansgar. He's got a record of 4-14. He wrestled a good share this season at 165. Switching around with Reagan.
Looks like Jevin's on his back in the cradle and is able to, Osage is able to secure a pin. Puts the team points at 54-12. Another $50 from CUSB Bank to Osage Athletics. We have Drew Carlson at 190. Let's see who Osage throws out there. Again, they have multiple wrestlers at this weight. Bo
Bo
Rage Jr.
You know, the bank's probably got a sigh of relief that Newman didn't show up to this one because the Osage roster's been getting pinned up and down the lineup.
Oh, man.
To take out a loan in their own bank, 5% to pay the Osage school system. Actually, 5% would be cheap. It needs to be closer to 8%.
Yeah, I think anybody take
Operating
5%
note.
right about now.
You look at the Osage bench, we talked about the depth, them weighing in 33 wrestlers, and you look over at their bench, they not only have 33 wrestlers, but I think they have, what did we count, Keith, 7, 8, 9 coaches over there as well.
Sure.
And
a deep program.
Yeah, just lots of depth, a lot of coaches there, and Osage is able to secure a pin. 53 seconds left in the first period over Drew Carlson. I think we're getting close here. What 2 matches left, I think? Did we start at 106?
I believe
So
we
have
did, yeah.
2 matches left.
Braden Halverson.
285.
Ledger Niels Jr., 215, comes out with a quick takedown. Looks like he's able to turn him over the half Nelson and settling in. Minute 38
Looking
left
good
in the
for
first.
Braden.
It's a long time to battle off your back. And there's the pin for Ledger Niels for Osage. Puts the team score to 66-12. Looks like we got Mac Mueller from Osage, a senior at 285.
And Aiden Beeson.
Mr. Beeson. Mueller also has a lot of wrestling experience with his brothers, and his dad was a very good wrestler and a lot of experience. I guarantee there was a lot of bloody noses in the Mueller household as those kids grew up. And like he's got a butcher and working him over for a pin. And there it's secured. Muller's able to secure a pin for Osage. So guys, I think we are to the point, I think this is the last match, and we thank you on behalf of Saints TV for being with us for Wrestling Saints Wrestling. Duke, thank you for your technical ability. Keith, thank you for being alongside and walking alongside me. And
thank you, Al.
Thank you, Mr. Sparrow and Mr. Beelan, for asking us to be part of this, Saints TV. It's been fun. It's been a good ride.
Final score, Osage 72, St. Ansgar 12.
Yeah, and thanks to the viewers out there for sticking with us on this blistery cold January night. It's been a lot of fun covering Saints Wrestling. Got any other final thoughts we want to run through?
We got to do our trivia question, and then we can get off. So
trivia question.
All right, one more time.
We had one guest in the chat.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys got any texts or not, but what was the?
Who were the first brothers to place at the state tournament? The answer is 1972. Going back there.
That's before I was born.
I was born in 72. Randy Christopherson, he placed 4th.
Okay.
4 years later, 1976, Joey Christopherson was a state champion.
There you go.
There you go.
Did we have one of those as a winner?
Yes, we did. That was the correct answer.
After that, we did have a pair of brothers in Barry Kittleson, 1982, placed 5th, and Randy Kittleson was state champion in 1986, and then Skylar Thorson. No, Skylar Holsheiser.
Holsheiser.
Okay.
in 2008, roughly, he was 8th, and then Sawyer was a champion a few years later. I'm not sure the date on or the year on that one. So we did have a
few brothers.
Yeah.
But the first one was Randy Christopherson and Joey Christopherson.
Awesome.
Very good.
Well, again, thank you on behalf of Saints TV. We're going to log off here at Osage High School, where Nashua-Plainfield and St. Ansgar Saints wrestled a triangular here tonight. So on behalf of Saints TV, thank you for joining us, and have a super night.
We'll see you, folks.
Good night.